In this same quiet room, a cheerful grandma schedule for free babysitting lands on my table, and I decide to stop being everybody's helpful, silent staff. Brenda spreads a bright printed calendar across this table. I'm Ruth. I keep clear rules about family work. Her husband Colin sits straight in this chair beside her. Jonah and Kira sit on my side, fingers linked tight. Colored boxes cover the page, full of neat, small words. Look what we made for you, Brenda says, smiling wide. It's your new weekly plan with the baby. Kira's smile looks soft, but also a little worried. Jonah studies the paper and avoids my eyes. I rest my hands flat on the table and wait. Monday to Friday, full days here, Brenda explains brightly. You love the baby, and you're home anyway, she adds. Colin taps one square. We even added evenings after 7, he says. You can just sleep in that small room next door. In return, we'll cover your food and light bills, he continues. It's like a little job, but still family, Brenda says. Kira whispers, Mom, please, but Brenda keeps her smile fixed. Jonah clears his throat. We thought this might help everyone, he says. I look from the calendar to his tired face. The baby gurgles in the corner. Nobody asks what I think. Their words slide over old memories in this same room. I see young Jonah asleep on a thin mattress here. Back then, I worked long days and late evenings. No one made a neat schedule to rescue me. I paid neighbors by the hour when I could. When I could not, I still pressed coins into hands. I will not take free work from people I love, I promised. That promise grew beside Jonah like another child. Years later, I printed my money rules and framed them. Tonight, they hang on this wall, ignored, above my usual chair. So, I ask, this is my life now? I keep my voice light, but my chest feels heavy. Brenda laughs. Don't be dramatic, Ruth, she says. You're always saying you hate being alone here. Colin nods. This gives you company and purpose, he adds. It also saves them a fortune on daycare, he says proudly. I hear the real sentence hiding behind his words. Kira speaks softly. We do need help, but not like this. Brenda waves a hand. You'll thank us later, she insists. The calendar shines between us like a colorful little cage. Who decided I can work full days? I ask. Your doctor cleared you, Colin replies. You're healthy for your age. Brenda nods. You just sit here anyway, watching shows, she says. This way you feel useful, and we feel less stressed. Jonah finally looks up from the table. Mom, say something, he pleads. I smile at him, the way I did before exams. First I need the real words, not the sweet ones, I say. Tell me plainly, is this about money or time? Brenda blinks. Both, she answers. Time is money. I nod slowly. Here, time is also my body, I reply. I push my chair back and point to the framed sheet. That paper has guided my choices for many years, I say. Kira reads aloud, voice shaking slightly. Rule 1, no gifts with hidden prices later. Rule 2, no trading worry for control, she continues. Rule 3, help is offered, not demanded or booked. Brenda sighs. This is different, she insists. We are family. Exactly, I answer. That is why rules matter more. Jonah rubs his face. We should have started with a question, he admits. The calendar seems louder now than anyone's voice in this room. Let me ask my own questions, I say gently. If I get sick one day, what happens to this plan? Colin answers fast. We'd cross out that week, of course, he replies. And if you two argue with Jonah, does the schedule stay? I ask. Brenda frowns. Why bring that up? We're adults, she says. Adults fight, I remind her. Calendars do not care. Kira whispers, I don't want Grandma tied to our moods. Jonah nods. Or to our bank balance, he adds softly. Brenda opens her mouth, then closes it again. Schedules look neat until real life spills over the lines. Another question, I continue. Where is my own rest time? I trace the colored boxes with one slow finger. There is no square that simply says Ruth alone. Brenda shrugs. You rest when the baby naps, she says. You used to work much harder at your office, she adds. That was my choice, I reply, not anyone's calendar. Kira nods quickly. She's right, Mom, she says. We can't fill every hour because she loves us, Jonah adds, and because we're scared of paying childcare. Fear of bills dressed itself here as a sweet opportunity. Listen, I say, I love this child deeply. I want sticky fingers on my sleeves and small shoes here. I smile at the baby, who waves a soft hand. But love is not a contract, I continue. Brenda leans forward. We're not forcing you, she protests. Colin adds, we even planned a small monthly thank you. He points to tiny numbers at the page bottom. I read them once, then push the calendar back. I am a grandmother, not discounted staff, I say. The price you wrote down is smaller than my piece. Jonah winces. Mom, we didn't mean it like that, he says. I know, I answer, but meanings grow in silence. Kira nods, wiping one quick tear with her sleeve. I kept thinking something felt wrong, but I stayed quiet, she admits. Brenda throws her hands up. So now I'm the villain? She asks. No, I reply. You are a tired woman with one idea. That idea is just not big enough for my life. Colin mutters. So what do you suggest instead? That we start again, I say, with a blank page. Silence sits down with us like a fifth guest at this table. I pull a plain sheet from the side of the table. New plan, I say. First rule, I choose my days. Kira leans in. What would feel good for you? She asks. 2 afternoons a week, I answer. Not full days. And some surprise visits when my knees and heart agree. Jonah nods slowly. We can budget around that, he says. We pay for other care the remaining time, he adds. Brenda frowns at the thought of extra bills. Children are expensive, she says. You know that. Yes, I answer, which is why they belong first to parents. Second rule, I continue, writing in large, careful letters. No money talk during baby time unless I start it. Kira smiles faintly. So no slipping bills into your pocket, she asks. Exactly, I say. If I need help, I will say. Brenda crosses her arms. What if we want to be generous? Then be generous with your own rest and patience, I reply. Arrive on time, pick up on time, listen when I warn. Jonah laughs once. That might cost us more than money, he jokes. Good, I smile. Real generosity usually does. The baby squeals, as if clapping for this strange little speech. Colin studies my new rules with a slow, uneasy look. So you don't want to move into their place? He asks. That guest room is noisy, I say. This room fits me. I already paid for my future care in other ways. Brenda tilts her head. What does that mean? She asks. It means my later years are handled, I answer simply. You 4 only need to handle your own choices. Kira whispers, so we're not secretly rescuing you? No, I reply. You are rescuing yourselves from honest planning. Their fear of my weakness turns gently toward their own. Brenda's voice softens almost against her will. I just didn't want you lonely here, she says. I saw your quiet evenings and felt guilty and afraid. I thought filling your time would fix my worry. Her words finally sound like a heart, not a plan. I nod. Worry is love with no good direction, I say. It makes messy choices unless we give it rules. Jonah reaches across this table and squeezes her hand. We can visit more without a contract, Mom, he says. Kira adds, we can invite her for fun, not work. Third rule, I write, grandma visits must include some joy. Not only diapers, dishes, and rushing bedtime, I explain. Kira laughs through her tears. So we plan games too, she says, and maybe one picture of you that is not tired. Jonah nods. We can bring dessert and wash our own plates. Yes, I say, leave my sink the way you found it. Colin smirks. You run this like a small company, he says. I run it like my only body, I reply. Bodies are harder to replace than any plate or bill. For once, everyone at this table agrees with that. Colin taps the old calendar still on the table. So we throw this one away, he asks. No, I say, we keep it as a lesson. A picture of how easy it is to shrink someone. Brenda looks at it and winces. I really thought it was kind. Parts of it were, I answer. The baby part, the food. The rest was fear in bright colors. Kira gathers the calendar and folds it in half. We'll keep it in a drawer, not on the fridge, she says. Some plans belong in memory, not on the wall. The baby starts fussing, small face turning red. I stand slowly and lift that warm, heavy little body. We are rewriting rules for you too, I whisper. You will not learn that love must always overwork. Brenda watches me sway gently in this quiet room. I grew up babysitting siblings for free, she admits. My parents said it was my duty as eldest. I nod. Duty without choice becomes a chain, I say. We are breaking one link tonight, right here. Her shoulders drop and she looks a little younger. Later, the baby sleeps in the travel cot near this table. The four of us sit with empty cups and new thoughts. Jonah says, I'll call about childcare prices tomorrow. We'll cut some other costs before we cut our honesty. Kira nods. I can ask my work about flexible hours, she adds. We share the weight, not dump it on you. Brenda sighs but does not argue this time. Colin says quietly, we can help with some weeks, sometimes. I smile. Welcome to the real schedule, I tell them. Messy, shared, changing, but no one is secretly trapped. After they leave, this room grows still again. I sit at the same table with my new sheet. Beside it lies the folded, bright calendar of before. On my page, 3 rules stand in plain, dark ink. I add one more line at the bottom, small but firm. Rule 4, no one in this family is staff. I underline the word no one twice. This rule guards me, but also the ones after me. Maybe one day my grandson will read it here. I hope he hears fairness in my old, careful handwriting. Morning light slides across this table and the framed rules. I drink strong tea and stretch my still tired hands. My phone buzzes with a message from Jonah. Booked a childcare visit. Thank you for saying no yesterday, it reads. Another message from Kira follows right after. New plan, Wednesday and Friday afternoons, if you feel good. I smile and type. That sounds just right for me. I glance at the old calendar now tucked away, then at my fresh rules shining quietly on the wall. This room did not change, but my place inside it did.